Do you like my hat? Just joking. Welcome to Total Evelyn. I hope you're going to enjoy this video because I am really looking forward to interviewing this guy who is he's a director, and I'm going to see his premiere on Saturday, which is called Why. This is a film that he's made about, it's a story that his mum died when he was a young boy, so basically he made a film about that and he changed it to be the father. So, and I've seen the preview and I'm really looking forward to it. And he's a very, very interesting guy. Anyway, that was just an introduction, so I'll see you after the break. Hope you join me. Subscribe, like and share while we're waiting. Welcome back to Total Evelyn. I'm here today with Alastair Marshall, and we're going to be talking about your film, your short film that you've just made called Why, and it's about a minister's daughter who's struggling with him having cancer.
Yeah, struggling with her faith because he's dying of cancer.
Amazing, and that's Sly Bacon Productions in Glasgow.
Glasgow, Cumbernauld, yeah.
All right. Okay, and you've wrote the film as well?
I wrote it and directed it, yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about how you got into this and where you see it going.
Yeah, well, it's partially based on myself. So when I was 15, my mum passed away through cancer. So when I was in high school, it was either standard grade or higher English, I can't remember. I wrote a short story about it, very loosely based on the events of the day she passed away. Fast forward 20 plus years, and I'd done another film through Sly Bacon Productions. We just started, and I basically wanted to write something else but didn't know what to write, so I took a whole bundle of notepads and things to a caravan where I stayed for a week, and that short story was in it. So ended up writing it, but I changed the gender, so rather than being mother and son, it's now father and daughter. The minister angle, was the father's a minister, comes from my dad being a minister, so that's why it kind of filtered into the story that way.
Right, so and I watched the preview.
The trailer, actually, I was struggling with it. I'd tried to do it month or so before the film itself had finished editing. Just wasn't coming together at all. I'd basically just took the film and then started cutting wee bits, and it just wasn't anything like it is now. And then the music get finished for it. And the music for the trailer is the music that's under the credits, and it just allowed me to. I just kind of visualised what I wanted, and it kind of cut together very nicely. But until that point, I was kind of struggling to know how to do it. So
be really emotional for you as well. So is it
not as much as I thought it would be. There were wee bits and pieces. So the film was actually shot in my old house. Which again, going back there was very strange. I mean, I don't have any connection with it anymore. It used to be a church manse.
And how long ago was that? When was the last time you actually?
So I moved out in 2005.
Wow.
So that would have been 13 years. I'd been away because we filmed last year.
Lots of changes.
Yeah, it looks totally different. The rooms are, the same, but with different paintwork and stuff.
And the thing is, sometimes we go back to a house that was your house. It doesn't feel like it's your home when you go back to that.
Yeah, it didn't. I mean, I didn't know if that would add to the emotional aspect of stuff, but it didn't really. I was okay because it wasn't the same kind of the same paint in the walls and stuff like that. But I could still recognise it where it was. I was quite lucky to get it. I'd written, because the film was based on me in my head. It was based in that house. So it just turned out that when the church sold the house, it got sold to the brother of someone I went to school with. So I just chanced it. We have mutual friends, so I'd gotten their phone number and said, "Oh, can I come round and speak to you?" Thinking there's no way they're going to let me shoot a film in their house, and they had a look at the script and went, "Yeah, that's fine." When do you want to use it? So I was like, "Yeah." So that worked out really well. So I'm very happy with how that turned out.
So basically, when you're making a film, then I suppose you have to have a bit of, you have to kind of go around all the houses really, and basically just try and ask people for help with it, because obviously you can't do everything yourself. This is obviously funded. Are you funding this?
It was partial self-funded. We did some crowdfunding through Indiegogo, and we also did a charity comedy film night. So I got so Janie Godley, who's a comedian in Glasgow, who I'm friends with. She kind of hosted it in Wild Cabaret in Glasgow, and she got a couple of other comedians she knew, Gary Meikle and Kenny Sinclair, to come and do bits, and then we did a raffle and stuff, and showed some films that friends had made just to kind of fill the night out, but it went really well. So we raised, that was for the festival fees.
So without giving me too many spoilers, just so we can sort of give the audience a little sort of synopsis of the film.
Basically, it starts with Emma's character, who's called Laura, having a dream about her dad being dead. She wakes up from that, and then basically the rest of the film introduces the fact that why she's had the dream, because he's got cancer, and there's a reveal of that. So where Graham Dallas, who plays the father, and Diane Brooks, who plays the mother, basically tell the three kids what's happening. The rest of it is kind of show, in flashbacks and dream sequences about her struggling with her faith. So there's the story that I wrote was very internal, so it was all kind of in the character's head, whereas you can't really do that in film. You can't just have the camera and you in a voiceover. It would be a very very boring film. So the device I used to stop that being so individual was a picture of Jesus. So rather than her talking in her head, she talks to a picture of Jesus, which I got painted, because my cameraman turned around and said, no, you can't just use a famous painting because you have to pay for copyright. So I got a girl who I know who's going out with one of my cousins to paint it. Her name's Carrie Louise Dougal. So I gave her an idea of what I was looking for, and she painted that. So that's in the film. So it basically means rather than talking to nothing, there was a focal point. Right. So it's technically the picture of another character in the film, and I think it works fairly well. And then she has dreams again about him being passed away. There's flashbacks to him when he's having the effects of being ill. So Graham again, Graham Dallas, who plays the father, the main role. He wasn't in the script. Volunteered to shave his head on camera. Right. Wow. Which was which when he said it at first, I was like, no, it's fine. So it was like it wasn't in because I don't think I was going to use makeup to show obviously the gradual kind of descent of the illness. But when he said it, I kind of went away. I said, I'll think about it, and we'll see. And actually, it adds to the emotion and the film. So there's a part in it which you'll have seen in the trailer where he's giving a sermon in the church about the illness and saying thanks for your cards and your kind words and things like that. So that's intercut with him shaving his head. Right. So he's in voiceover. So you see him giving the sermon, and then it cuts to flashes where he's kind of rubs his head, and you see kind of flakes of hair. So he drops that in the sink, and then you see him with the razor. What's funny is we ended up wasting a bit of time in makeup because for the main parts where you see him very close up, that's him with his head shaved. But there's one we filmed in order for most of it. But there was one of the days we had to film him where he would have been bald. Was before we filmed in the church. So we couldn't shave his head because he needed hair for the church scene. Right, so I had to get him made up. But actually, looking back, we only used that the shot of him with makeup on from a very far away. Because you look like I'd worn a bald cap, and you wouldn't have known that it wasn't kind of fully bald at that stage. But it kind of worked out quite well.
So what do you want to do with this film then? Do you want to take it to festivals?
Yes, it's out in festivals at the moment. At the start of the month, we got officially selected for one film festival, which was the UK Offline Webfest. But we're in for a lot more, so we're hoping to get selected and possibly win something. To be fair, I'm not really bothered winning for myself. I want the actors to and the kind of crew to to get stuff because they've put the hard work in.
So listen, thanks so much for coming along. Pleasure to meet you.
Thanks very much.
Need to
Thanks
thank
for having
Chris
me.
Healy as well for
Yeah, thanks very much to Chris. It was kind of
who's,
for hooking us up together,
introducing
so
you.
that's brilliant.
Really good. So yeah, thank you.
Cool, thanks a lot.
Hey guys, welcome to Total Evelyn. Today I'm in Glasgow. I'm here to interview a few of the cast from the film premiere that I'm just going to see called Why. Now, if you remember the video, last week's video where I was interviewing Alastair, he wrote a film about his experience of losing his mother. But what he did was he actually wrote the story and then he made a film about it. Instead of him having an actor as the boy who had lost the mother, he changed gender and he had a girl playing the part, losing the father. It was an absolutely amazing story, and I'm just going to go and watch that film now, and then I'm going to interview Alastair and some of the cast. So join me after the break. That was a long introduction, but join me after the break and you'll hear some more and you'll speak to some of the cast.
Because you've not got red hair. That's all I'm saying, right? Yeah.
I feel much more attractive version of me. Emma's the me inside.
Exactly. I think I have to tell you.
Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you very
Honestly, I really full respect on that film. It was brilliant.
Thank
Really,
you.
really good. Must have been really tough for you.
Not quite as much as I thought it would be,
Right.
being in my whole childhood home and stuff. But yeah, it was good. I'm glad it got the reception that it got.
Yeah.
I was a bit nervous while I was watching it.
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen, but everyone seemed to like it. So.
But was that the first time you watching the whole film through?
No, I've
Because
watched it multiple times because I edited it as well. But it's the first time watching it in front of an audience.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So how did you feel watching it in front of the audience? Were you kind of watching everybody else's
Nervous and
reaction?
excited, and then happy once I got the claps at the
Yes,
end, which
the
I was
claps.
nervous about. So yeah.
It's amazing. So when we did the interview before, then we kind of covered all the questions
Yes,
about the graveside. That was great. So now that I've actually, you've answered all the questions
Yeah.
that I'd asked, then seeing the graveside there, and I was able to actually relate to what you were talking
Yeah,
about there.
yeah.
And also just the whole thing with the house, it just made it more, it made it more real for me. And then of course lung cancer as well resonates with me because my mum had lung cancer
yeah.
as well. A film of emotion, a fantastic performance.
Yeah, the
throughout. I just-
actors were brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Emma, she was she was really good.
Yeah, Emma's amazing.
Great with it was actually making me relate to when, I had the same
Mm-hmm.
loss. And you're coming home, sitting on the stair, what do I do, how do I cope with this? And of course, Why is the name of the film.
Yeah.
And it's what we all ask, isn't it? It's just a perfect name. Did you sort of struggle with actually what you were going to call the film?
No, originally the story that it's based on, so the short story that I wrote when I was 16, was called Why Can't You Let Her Die?
Right.
So I just reduced that because it felt a bit bulky as a film title, so
Yeah.
Why makes more sense.
It does.
So.
And you had a full house as well.
Yeah, almost. I was a bit worried this morning because there's a few people couldn't make it, but yeah, it was packed, so it was great.
And a lot of brilliant questions as well in the audience.
Yeah.
I mean, we were very touched by that film. Really from the heart. Some of the questions that people were asking, actually, I was crying at the questions because I was
Yeah.
thinking, oh my God. So you got a great
Well,
turnout.
there's a great few people, so obviously there's industry people or friends that I know through films and the cast and stuff like that, but there's a lot of people who knew my mum.
Yeah.
That were there and they asked some of the questions, so it kind of, I think it was a motive for them as well because of that.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, listen, thank you so much. It was really a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Very talented guy. Another couple.
Thank you.
All the best,
Cheers.
Alistair. Thanks. Hi there, I'm with Emma, who played Laura in the film Why, and what a fabulous film that was. You played an exceptionally brilliant part, I must say, you really did. And you had the audience in tears. Guilty. So how did you, in the film, how was your emotions when you were playing that part of, grieving for your dad?
Yeah, I think, we've all got experience of losing family members, whether that's through cancer or through any other circumstances. So I felt like instantly there was a connection there. I've experienced that. My granny actually died on the last day of our shoot. I got a phone call to say that, so that made it even more emotional in that sense as well. So,
what a shame.
yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that. God, that's such a shame.
Yeah.
But for you, that would have been even more real for you to play that part.
Yeah, no, definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
And it's a short film, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And really impact, like a full impact on that 15 minutes. It's going to go to festivals. How do you think it's going to be for you? Where are you going to? Do you think you're going to actually sort of accelerate from being in that film?
I hope so. I mean, yeah, that's
I think you will.
yeah.
I really do,
Yeah,
because you played such a brilliant part. Very vibrant in the film. I said about your hair as well. I was like, she's got beautiful hair. But when I seen you on the stage, I was like, my God, that's so
even
gorgeous.
more, yeah.
What about the rest of the cast? Because you're the youngest in the cast.
Yes.
Right. So how did you go?
Apart from my two little brothers, in
they're in
the
the
sorry,
cast
yeah.
You're the main
Yes.
sort of character with your mum and your dad.
Yes.
And he played the part really well as well, didn't he, the father?
Brilliant. Yeah. I mean, the scenes between us, it was great. It was great working with him. It really was. Yeah.
And how was Alastair as a director?
Great. Really
You
great.
can see that you've got quite close knit.
Yeah, and particularly because it's his story, he knew what he wanted from it, but he also gave you enough freedom to play with it and to take it in my own way as well.
Yeah.
He did a brilliant job directing it. Yeah.
Brilliant. How many times did you have to throw that cross to get
A
it
lot.
right?
Every time we did it and the camera wasn't rolling, it worked.
Yeah.
And then every time the camera started rolling, it didn't work.
And for you to talk to Jesus when you were asking the questions that everybody would ask, why does it have to be so painful, and all these emotive questions is what we would all ask, and I was just like, it's happened to me, and I was like crying with you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So that part really worked.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. So I'm with Diane Brooks, who played the mum in Y, and you were absolutely brilliant in that film.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed it, and I think the whole cast actually had quite a good relationship as a scene after and during the film.
Yeah.
What else have you been in, Diane?
I've been in, there's a film just now going out called Crackpot. It's a comedy, which is I think it's in the HB Film Festival actually.
Right.
And that's getting shown, and it was also shown at the Scottish Short Film Festival,
was it?
where I was nominated as Best Actress, but I didn't win, but I was just delighted to be nominated.
How brilliant was that?
So that was fabulous.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'm going to give a mention to our friend Bobby
Yes.
Robertson. So you know Bobby. You say, Bobby,
Hello,
Bobby.
Bobby.
No, that's really good. But what else have you been in other than that? Because you've been in a lot more.
Yeah, I've been in various films I've done films, some feature films, short films, and I'm also a voice artist, so that's kind of my main thing. So I've done lots of voiceovers over the years.
Which ones have you done?
Probably the most famous one of all, I've kind of been on the trains, so I still am. So kind of the voice on trains, kind of announcing.
Give me a little synopsis.
Let me see. This train is for Glasgow Central. Please alight here for Crossmaloof.
Oh, can you hear it now? Yes.
So I've kind of done a lot of that.
Yeah.
I do a lot of corporate, commercial, various things like that. Yeah.
Amazing. Brilliant. And how did you think the film went, like, during the...
It was really good. I mean, I've worked with quite a lot of the cast and crew before anyway, so I think we all felt very comfortable with each other. It was a great script as well from Alastair, and I think that made a difference. It was a very emotive script.
It is.
And we did have fun on set, but it was quite serious, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah. So
was it any time, like, any of the cast in tears, or...?
I think there was some moments, there was moments, because I think you take from yourself what you've gone through personally, and I think, as I said earlier, we've all kind of been, affected by somebody with cancer, and I think you use that as part of your character to get the emotion across in the film. So hopefully we achieved that.
I know, and the fact that that you have had that experience and you can sort of share it and help other people, and I think that's the whole point of film, isn't it? Is to help people to have that faith.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't know. Like, you've seen Emma in the film crying and throwing the cross and saying, why, and then it's only until you've experienced death yourself that you
Yeah.
can actually understand that. Whereas
I think you need to bring it, you know, from what you know,
Yeah.
and you just bring that across in your character. So yeah, you do.
and you are all so happy. I mean, it was a film that was actually breaking my heart watching that, and yet you are all that happy, and you know, you are such a good team. I can see that.
Well, I think
You're a
we're
really good
comfortable
team.
with each other, and we worked well together as a team, and that's what it's all about. It's a team
Big
effort
fun.
from everyone.
Yeah, big
you know.
hearts as well, because the audience
Absolutely.
were actually asking you all these questions.
Yeah.
And the audience have got huge hearts as well from Glasgow.
Yeah,
which
they do,
is
they do.
So nice and
It was
touching.
appreciated.
It really was. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Evelyn. That's great. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed it. It was absolutely brilliant. Great to meet Glaswegians, honestly. Just the banter's always brilliant, and it was just nice to see a cast who are, I mean, it was an emotive film, but to see a cast that were very close-knit and so cheery. It was quite an emotional film, really emotional film. A lot of people in that audience were crying, and they came out all happy, and they really worked together. So I hope you enjoyed every interview I did there. Busy girl today in Glasgow. And listen guys, if you enjoyed that video and you've enjoyed the other ones that I've been putting out, then please subscribe, like and share. Show a bit of support to really creative people who get off their butts and actually do something with their life that's storytelling, and it's actually giving good value to people that's maybe not experienced somebody that's passed away, or if you have experienced, then actually you'll see that in that film that you did all the same sort of things as what's real with actually losing somebody. So well done to Alastair for writing the story, directing the story, and for the whole team. It was just second to none. It was brilliant. So that was Why, and that was the film. It was called Why. Listen, I will see you next week, where I'll be chatting to a few people for another film or another play, or God knows what I'll be doing. I'll be doing something. So I'm out on a Friday and Sunday on my regular vlogs. And if you, as I said, if you're enjoying the videos, then do subscribe, like and share. Sorry. Take care. Be kind. Be fair.